rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. It is Friday, Sci-Fi Friday. I hope you're ready for some fun. I'm ready for some fun. I had some fun. Did you watch the movie? We watched the movie. Did Brian watch? Did you watch the movie? You did? Okay, Ryan watched the movie. So we're going to do the thing at the place with the stuff for the people. You guys are the people. We're going to talk about this sci-fi flick. It's fun. It was fun. We'll do it. We'll be back in just a minute. Boop. The ship has been damaged. I'm adrift. No help in sight. At least life support's working. Okay, so much for life support. At 2 communications. At least if I'm going to die in the deep, dark black of space, I can watch the Daily Atheist Morning Show. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I have my wonderful co-host Ryan here. There she is. Look at that. Look at all.
Hello.
The Daily Atheist Morning Show, live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. All right, let me bring her up. Here is a goddess, Miss Ryan Coltassi. Good morning, Ryan. Look at you. That's oh, don't tell me. Oh, I know it. Is it what I think it is? Oh, no. It's in my brain. Your outfit there.
Yeah, my jacket.
Yeah. Is it? Son of a bitch. I'll think about it. Don't tell me what it is. Oh, it's Goku kind of thing. It's one of those little Super Samurai, Super Saiyan.
Yeah, it's a Dragon Ball Z, right?
Dragon Ball Z. Okay, gotcha.
Is that Goku? Who's that?
When I first saw it, I thought it was from the 80s movie. I think it's something like The Golden Dragon. There's this black.
Oh, yeah.
Show enough.
Yes,
Remember?
I remember. I mean, like vaguely, but yes, I remember watching that.
The dude was golden and he glowed. Yeah, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So good morning. I'm going to say hi to you real quick. Good morning. And then I'll get to the chat. Have you had a good week? Did you enjoy your evening, the movie? Did you?
Yes, we did. I thought Hubs downloaded it last week, but he forgot, but he found it last night, thankfully.
Good.
All was well. So we were able to watch with no problems.
Excellent. And were you able to get in the 15-minute-ish connect?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll get to your thinking. We got a poll going in the chat. Well, I'm going to try something here new. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm going to try it and see. But I've been working on trying to, I know this is going to sound stupid because I never do this, make this show better. I know. More gooder, in fact, yes. If you want to read that wonderful super chat, thank you, Hell's Bells. I'm going to look for this thing. I want to see if I can get going.
Blatantly for 666, Hell's Bell says, "Hail Satan, enjoy your weekend, you filthy sinners." Thank you so much, Hell's Bells. I hope you enjoy your weekend as well. Don't you have is it tonight you're live streaming? I think Hell's might have a live stream tonight. Let us know in the chat. So make sure if you're not subscribed, you subscribe. And again, thank you for your support.
All right, I think I got this. I'm going to try this and we'll see if this is going to work. You guys are my guinea pigs today. And here we go. I'm going to put this in the thing. Yes. Uno. Oh. Let's see. Does the poll come up? There should be some sort of thing. Oh, look at that. It scared me up on my face even. I don't suppose y'all can click that, can you? But the way you do it, I take you to exclamation. Yeah, exclamation. Oh, it tells you how to vote. And it's going to just sit there on my face.
Oh.
I'll have to work on this.
For that?
I couldn't get it to work at all without the stream being live. So, yeah, let me see. Yeah, that's cool. All right, awesome. So people will actually get to vote. I think I'm going to fix that, though, so it's not on my face. Give me un moment. And, you just type exclamation point, the word vote, and then a space and a number, I think is what it said. We'll see. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. So we've got new exciting things. So what did you, well, I don't want to do that just yet. I got excited. Oh, my poll went away. There you go. Okay. My poll went away. Anyway, So, good morning, everyone. Let me see who all's here. Chemical Squirrel is here. Hell's Bells is here. Rainbow Ash is here. Good morning, everyone. John Hudson, good morning. John said Snowpiercer. Thought you said Hopepiercer. That was a whole different movie, in fact. Should have known something was up when I could only find that movie on Pornhub. Yes. It's a favorite. It brings a tear to my eye every time. In fact, I just have to say, good morning, John. Secular Feeling is here. Thank you for being here, and of course, thank you for the Hail Satan $6.66 super chat. It's like the Christian who's in the chat the other day. It's like if I left Christianity, I'd be afraid that I was always. You remember that I'd chosen wrong. I'd live in fear. I was like, no, really, not if you're really an atheist, And just like that, that's a great example. You go, Hail Satan, enjoy your weekend, you filthy sinners. Like, yes, I'm a filthy sinner. And I don't sit around going, am I going to burn for that? Ooh, goodness.
Right.
I'll say that very loud.
Oh my goodness, Chris.
You don't have to do that.
That's so true. That was such a reality for probably majority of us here in the chat, that we would say things, do things that would just over time, like you kind of like repeat, oh, should I have done that? Why did you just start to question everything, all your actions, all your decisions? Like you don't even trust yourself anymore because you just think it's going to be the wrong thing and you're going to get punished somehow.
Could be the wrong thing. I saw something earlier I want to point out that I think is kind of important to point out, just kind of off topic in a way. We as a community, we try to be the guys who don't oppress anyone. We've often talked on the show how I feel, and I don't think it's very fair, that overweight people are the last group you can actually make fun of in this world nowadays. And nobody seems to care. Everybody's, fat jokes.
We do.
We do. Exactly. That's correct. Exactly correct. Not all of us, but most of us will go, oh yeah, shit, I didn't ever realize I was doing that. I'll fix myself. I will correct my thinking. Now, I want to warn my friends out there that sometimes the other side gets insidious. They get insidious, and they've actually found somebody that they can now slur, that you will slur with them. And you don't really think about it at first. It doesn't really seem that way at first. At first, it's just kind of, you're like, nah, that ain't right. But then when you stop and think about it, it's actually right, and a chink in the armor. A chink in your armor is a good person, because now they found somebody that you're willing to slander and you're willing to slur. So anybody out there heard of that new funny little term, clanker? And do you know what it means? Anybody? I know Rainbow Ash knows what it means. Rainbow Ash, somebody used it. And I can understand why a lot of people would use it in a way. I get pissed off at my AI. Ask Ryan, I talk very badly about AI. Yeah. Right. Clanker. Clanker is a new word that people are using it's like the N word for AIs, for robots, for work you see on there. That was created by a clanker, right? It's literally a slur word for an AI. They have come up with a way to come up with a hateful slur word that we think is funny, right? If you saw it in a movie, you're like, oh, he's just a clanker. But you see where I'm going with that? I know it's weird. Everybody may have their different opinion on that, but that's essentially what it is. Of course, AI doesn't seem to care, do they? AI doesn't care. You know what? I tell you what, the individuals who suffer from lysencephaly probably don't care if we call conservatives smooth brains, but we don't do it because it is a ableist slur, and we didn't realize it at first. So here we are, the smart people calling the dumb people smooth brains, and then we realize that. And so in our group of people, we've pretty much eliminated any way to insult another group of people en masse until now. I know they're not people, true, but where does it extend and where does it end? It's just kind of, it just shows that we too will do the same thing. We will use a slur. If we, it's, even though that's, I I call my AIs. Oh, did I tell you about the time? I told you about the time. It's like, is there anything else I can do for you? I'm like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I even copied and pasted it and kept So they are not persons, and you know, you can. I'm not saying anything. It's not about what they are. It's about the act and the sort of emotion behind it. It's just an interesting perspective I feel like I've taken. At first, I kind of got it too. We've seen it in sci-fi movies quite a while. People resist their computer robot friends, so they call them clankers or they call them something. You know, they got names for them. Yeah. So it'd probably come along where, you know, you're a pretty good person. You know, you see some sort of like robot, like, you know, one of those little delivering food robots, and it's okay to call it a clanker. You know, and now you're talking bad about it and abusing it. And I don't know. It's just weird that they found somebody else for us to do that to. I just find it an odd observation. And I'm not trying to judge anybody. Matter of fact, I'm trying to, just like the smooth brain thing, I'm trying to go, here's something to think about.
Yeah, something to think about. For sure. We should always be able to question our behavior and our actions and the reasons that we're doing it, right?
Well, you know, I just think about it. Here's the thought, and this is really kind of what got me. What if that were a person and you were using the appropriate slur for whatever that person was? So if it's a black person, you know what the appropriate slur is. If it's a Chinese person, you know what the appropriate slur is. What would be the appropriate slur if it's an AI or a robot? And now we've come upon that. It's just a dial on a spectrum, and they found something that will go, you know what, that one's okay. And they're trying to bring back the R word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Trump is definitely trying all on his own. Yeah.
And, you know, right now, I mean, it's kind of course, I use AI all the time, a lot, really. So I don't, you know, it's stupid. It's smart, but it's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, I feel like it's going to be a long way away from having any kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when that will happen. But right now, they just seem really stupid. They get in loops and they get confused and start imagining things and telling you to kill yourself. Like, wild.
Well, maybe no different, actually. Really, the perspective perhaps I should take is that it's no different than calling your car a junker. You know, your car doesn't give a shit. Nobody sits around going, hey, man, don't hurt your car's feelings. Now you've learned how to talk bad to cars. Before long, you're going to be talking bad to people. Nobody's doing that. And possibly I should just keep my mouth shut about people calling AIs clankers. You know what I mean? I don't know. Us people are complex and funny things. Let me see what the chat has to say about all this business. A long time ago, I decided I would treat a humanoid robot like a human for my practice. Good thinking, Zarkraz. Good morning, business. Business says, Ash, this AI bot is good, isn't it? It never misses chance to greet new guests. Well, you know, I'm working on it. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't shout out everybody every day. I'll have to look into that setting. I was hoping it would just shout out the regulars every week, and every day we'd just see who the newbies were, or, you know, the real newbies. Big Zebra, thank you for joining us. Steve, 700 conservatives call the left clean brains because they get washed every day. Well, ours are clean, theirs are full of shit. So, je ne sais pas. Steve 700 just popped in. Yes, he kicked the door in. Say what you like about AI controlled robots, but the sex is fantastic. Thank you, Big Zebra, for your
you know what? There was a show about that.
Was it AI? There was a movie AI where they had male prostitutes. Jude Law played a male prostitute.
Oh,
Gigolo Joe.
I think I remember that. What was that movie?
He was a robot.
And
If
the
you're talking
little
about the movie,
boy.
I'm talking about is AI, artificial intelligence. You may be talking
Yeah,
about a
well,
different movie though.
yeah, I am. But was that the one with the little boy from Sixth Sense, and he played the
Yes,
robot?
it was.
That was a good
That
movie.
was a good movie.
Sad, like sad,
Yeah.
yeah, but saddish, and but
Yeah.
it made you think about like that whole construct of like, what if we do get to the point where we have AI that can emote? What
Yeah.
will we do? How will we treat them?
Yeah. Right. Good morning, secular fearlessness. Only two synthetics are not clankers: Optimus Prime and Liberty Prime. Yeah, I know. It just depends on its perspective. That's objective. Deviant Outcast. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. You can't really abuse non-living thing, and we shouldn't water down abuse by extending it to something that does not feel, think, or suffer. I kind of get that. You know, I understand it. And really, my point is not kind of about that. It's about you getting used to being that way to something. And when does it go from you clanker to you stupid fucking dog? I mean, it's just a dog, you know?
Yeah, like, does that just show a part of you that you can't control yourself?
That's kind of, or that, yeah, that just like, you know, look, society's finally found something that you can treat like shit. Are you going to treat it like shit?
Right. Like, yay, there's a class and I'm finally like in some kind of power.
I can kick them and nobody will say nothing. Of course, again, it's just AI and I'm with them, you know, I mean, shit, they're not, they don't give a shit. And again, it's not about them. It's about us.
Yeah.
But then we're still learning us. Yeah. So don't, whoever uses clanker, don't feel bad. Don't think I'm trying to make you feel bad. We're all learning. All of us, you know, well, most of us, which brings us to our Christians in the chat today. Good morning, business. How are you doing today? I saw you pop in. Right. I just kick you as soon as you get in. Bad Chris.
There's a show I wanted to just recommend. If you haven't seen it, it's called Humans. There's only 3 seasons, I believe. I just looked it up. And it's about artificial intelligence, like robots that really have feelings and they, you know, look just like us. And I can't remember the whole premise, but some are like sex slaves.
Oh,
and
really?
you know, they actually have, like, they feel like they go through that pain, like it's all very real to them. And I think one like kind of like starts tripping out and is like, nah, we're gonna stop this, and is like goes ham on people. Kind of forget, but yeah, it's really good if you're interested in that topic.
Okay, Humans. Well, there was another one that was kind of similar, and it was the Wild West, or not the Wild West?
Oh yeah, Westworld.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of the whole same real bag about that. Yeah. So,
yeah, that was very similar. They were every day reliving these like murders and assaults.
And sexual assaults and all this business. It was very rough. Zarkraz, the only reason to create AI that can have emotions is in order to research human consciousness. Maybe kind of in a way. You know, there are so many things about that. We ought to probably just do a whole show about that shit. The AI, you know, between, you know, Blade Runner, everything from Blade Runner to the AIs that are in Alien and all that business. You know, that sounds like a whole fun show, because there's quite a thing. You know, and a lot of people are really into robots. I'm not really into robots. I like androids, like Data, you know, but I'm not the whole robot. You know, it's not my bag so much. But anyway, now let me ask you, while I've got you, before we get too far into the show, how did you enjoy? Did you enjoy Snowpiercer?
I did enjoy Snowpiercer. I had to look away at some parts.
Okay. Yeah.
But
okay.
I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Did you enjoy the twist at the end?
That was so. Oh, that was just so freaking creepy. The whole kid thing literally under Wilford's. Yeah, under Wilford's part. Like he watches them go down under and work. Yeah, that was so freaking creepy. And then I mean, did Homeboy do the right thing by destroying the train and All of humanity?
Pretty much all of humanity, right? I mean, these are good questions. These are good thoughts. One of the things is it was kind of weird the way that they were so willing to get off the train knowing how dangerous it was. And then here's the thing I feel, at the end of the movie, you're left with this sensation because the survivors, that really the only two that we know of that survived, was a little girl and a little boy. A teenage girl and a little boy, right?
Yes.
They were the only ones that crawled out. There was presumably others survived, but at this point, all we know is them. And is all we know, this is the entirety of mankind. Now, before the train crashed, there was probably enough people to populate the world. And, after the train crashed, maybe not so much.
Mm-hmm.
And if really they were the only ones, first of all, I say, because there at the end, there's this little girl. She's probably like teenager. And then that little boy, he's like 5. And there is a polar bear.
Yep.
And it is like right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any way they would have survived. That polar bear would have gone, and it looked right at them. And that would have been looks. Yeah. And it would have just probably at half pace walked over there and ate them.
It's probably rather scarce, I'd assume, for the polar bear. I mean, I'm guessing that if they survive, then anything that can, survive extreme, cold temperatures would have as well, but not a large, ecosystem to pick from.
That's right. The bear's not going to be overly choosy. I'm just saying, but it was a kind of a hefty bear. It wasn't a skinny bear. So, it had been eating good on stuff. So, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt just for that. But I mean, I was like, it's the first time I saw it. I remember that distinctly the first time I saw it going, that bear's going to eat them. Can we watch that?
We get to see that part.
Yeah. And then the earth healed because man was dead.
Right. Rebirth of a whole new planet. Love it.
Yeah. So let's see. I want to check the chat real quick because there's also the connection part. I want to check the chat though and see what they said. Meaning, let's see. Eating good in the neighborhood. The bear couldn't have been the only thing living, right?
There's probably a lot of fish. I'd assume, because fish are fine living seals. Down. Yeah.
Atheist has a difficult question for you. Is it difficult for you to form the question? Every time you ask me a difficult question, it's not really difficult. It's be nice, Chris. Oh, y'all heard my inner voice. Sorry. It's every time you ask a question, it's kind of, I don't want to say silly. Let's say silly. But carry on. Ask away, and I'll be stumped, I'm sure. Polar bear was dead. He was thick. Polar bear was thick. Did you see where like turn back and wink? Like that at the end? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that part. I think the actors did a really good job. Of course, there were for what the story was, there were some pretty big actors in this. John Hurt, of course, Chris Evans. What was Wilford's name? Actor. Ed Harris.
Is that his name? Yeah, he's pretty famous.
And Tilda Swinton. Did you know Tilda Swinton was the one?
I didn't realize until Hubs pointed out the between the teeth and the glasses. I did not see it.
Tilda Swinton. Oh, she was so fantastic. She was, if you've seen Constantine, people, you've seen her as the angel Gabriel in Constantine, kind of like the opposite of this character. And that's what I think of as a wonderful actor. Is somebody who can go from one to extreme to the other extreme. And you don't even know. You don't pull you out or nothing. Then, of course, you've got those other actors who can bring their presence into every movie. Like Keanu Reeves, man. He makes them good. I can't deny that. Matrix wouldn't be the same without the tie. I mean, he brought it. So I get it. Yeah. It's all good. Either way. Tilda Swinton played Margaret Thatcher in Snowpiercer. Kind of. Did you, for those of you, I guess The axe scene was a lot. Yeah, the axe scene.
Good.
Whenever they got all fighting, yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, with the when they put the lights out and they had their in the dark vision glasses. That one.
Well, yeah. Well, really, it was from the time they opened the door and they saw that the bad guys were there. Yeah, until the final end of it, whenever he puts the thing to her neck, that whole thing is just one bloody axe movie.
That was hard.
Like, wow, you know,
that was hard for me. I kept looking away. I was just like, no, not yet. Oh God, this is still going. Oh dear. Kept looking back.
Yeah. Was it John Hurt? Am I saying, was that John Hurt? Was that the right name, or am I saying somebody wrong? Because he passed, I believe. He was actually the guy who the original alien chestbuster popped out of in the movie Alien. That's the guy who was the old man with no arm that you was watching yesterday. It was John Hurt, right? After John Hurt. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got it right. Died in 2017. Yeah. So the guy with the one arm was the guy from the original Alien movie who got the first thing in his face. He was sitting around the table and he starts going, and it comes popping out. And none of the actors knew that was going to happen. And it was really scary and yucky, and it freaked them out. Yeah. So let's see here. Goldilocks and the Three Bears is better than the Bible. Hey, that's true. Let's see. Did the individual actually respond with something sensible? You were talking about humans hunting seals. That's why I wrote that. Oh, I got you. You guys got something going on. See, business ain't even talking to me, and I'm all being mean and shit. Yeah, he did let his friend die. I know that was a rough part. That was rough, you know.
Oh my God, the kid, oh, and then when you find out the story.
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
I mean, we as atheists, of course, know babies are delicious. I just didn't know they were going to put it in the movie.
Yeah, of course. Isn't that what we do? We sacrifice children to Hasatan.
You know, I mean, we were just the other day talking about it. It's been a while. Been so long. Hasatan's probably pissed. It's like, you don't write, you don't email, you don't sacrifice. Yeah, that was sad. It was sad. Now, which part, Rainbow Ash, did you almost cry at? Did you almost cry when the kid died, or whenever you found out who the kid was? Well, Rainbow Ash, thank you for that. I do want to talk about how the movie seems to have possibly been a sequel to Willy Wonka. I was just kind of giving the show a little bit of time. I wanted to get the regular part of it out of the way, you know. And then we'll get to that though. Don't worry. We'll get to that.
It was honestly, once you had told me, it was hard to not see it while I was just watching. It was hard for me not to kind of correlate certain things like, boy, that just seems so familiar.
Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna get to those things. One of the things though is that, I just got to point this out or else I'll forget it. In the video that says the connection between the Willy Wonka and this one here, it says, do you remember Willy Wonka's assistant dude who actually wasn't? You thought the whole time he was a bad guy, but he actually turned out to be working with Willy Wonka.
Right?
Doesn't he look just like John Hurt? Yeah, doesn't he look? Yeah, with a big scar. Doesn't he look just like John Hurt? And I was like, up until he said John Hurt, Gilliam, I was actually surprised he said Gilliam, because I thought he was going to talk about the bald guy. The bald guy that they had going through the train shooting people looked almost just like the guy from the Willy Wonka, except for he had a hat. Skinny, bald, weird looking, with just some glasses on him. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. I see an OMG in the chat. What did we do? Did we break somebody's brain?
OMG.
Let's see. Oh, atheist
Oh my
approval.
goddess.
Some kind of question, I think.
Oh my goddess.
Maybe. I don't see it. Let me look.
Oh yeah, when Rainbow Ash, when he said, "Want to know what I hate about myself? I know what human tastes like. I know that baby tastes better." I was floored. I was like, no, please don't. No, please no.
Yeah. Okay. But this is, I mean, all right, I'll treat this as a legitimate question. Atheist Approves asks, okay, I think this is the question. I hope this is the question because as far as up as I can go. Okay. Fucking moved. It moved. But asked, okay, mention a fiction story you consider is better than the story related to Jesus. Man, that is like a slow ball right there. That you're not even throwing hard at all. You could did you underhand that one? I mean, there are so many movies out there, but what's the story? Which one? The story of Jesus? It's not even a very good story, really, is it? When you think about it, it's not. And in fact, if you know the story of Jesus, you know there's not like one story of Jesus, and the two or multiple that there are actually kind of conflict with each other. But you don't know that.
Is he comparing Jesus' story with fiction? Is that what he's?
I think so. Well, I mean, there's so much. Agatha Christie, J.R.R. Tolkien. There are so many things that, I mean, those are like hitting it out of the park. We could be talking about just any dime store novelist, you know, any story that opens with, it was a dark and stormy night. You know, that's going to be a shit novel. And yet it's better than the story of Jesus. Twilight, the romance in Twilight is a better story than the story of Jesus. I know that's a back-ass word meme that, you know, still a better romance than Twilight. Well, not in this case, not in this case. For a lot of reasons, really, when you think about it, was Mary, of course, you can't actually give Mary any form of consent. You can't say she consented at all. That's just really a modern day notion. But did God really inseminate her with Jesus? Is that really? I mean, there's even a lot of Christians who don't believe that. Anyway, Joseph was the father. Was Joseph the father? Ooh, or was Pantera, the Roman soldier, the father?
Yeah.
Now, see, that would be some very interesting. That'd be very interesting to find out that Pantera was actually Jesus's real father.
Yeah.
And what happened was Jesus, or Mary and Pantera kind of made the eyeballs at each other during the day and then got kind of sneaky at night. And she wasn't quite married to Joseph yet, and yet, damn, she's pregnant. Son of the bitch. So I just think it went from there. Joseph's like, you know what? The bitch she's lying. She's lying. She needs to die because that's what happens back then. They're dying. And he's like, you know what? No, I believe her. The Lord has inseminated her with a baby. Even Joseph didn't believe it first. And what was the sin for adultery back in the day? You know? So, really, when you even apply basic science like Occam's razor, which is more likely? What's more likely? Young Middle Eastern girl?
Oh, pardon.
Early teens. In some fashion had sex. I remember being 18. And even whenever it was only cool for you to be 18 and over to have sex, we still had sex. We had sex under the age of 18. Right. So imagine like before the 1800s or 1910s, whenever that 18 rule, when it wasn't quite so no doubt she was out there possibly. I mean, it's just so much more likely that she knocked boots either with Joseph before she was supposed to, got pregnant, but then Joseph wouldn't have gotten mad because Joseph was mad at her at first. But that's not even talking about that. Those just talking about the mommy and the daddy. Whenever you talk about Jesus, Jesus was born and then he went south and he did this thing and he did this thing and he said the parables and he grew up. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. He went north. He went north and he did this thing and he struck the stone and there was these things because one book says one and the other book says the other. And he couldn't have done both. But you don't know that, do you, atheist? Matthew guy. You talk about Jesus every day. Twilight, not even close. I've never even seen Twilight. All I got to do is see the memes and know Twilight is better than the story of Jesus. What story? Not a very good story, bro. Hey, let's take a break. I'm going to go refill my wonderful, tasty, and delicious coffee to get my hillbilly speedball, hippie speedball. Let me ask the people, what would you guys like today? Do you want the Pharaoh's Curse? You want the post-mortem baptismal kit? You want some Wild Bill Wiggle Stick? What do you, my friends, want? Candles? You ever go ghost scented flesh candles? Yes.
What you want? Tell us what you really want.
Ah, Halo. We got one vote for Halo, one vote for 50 Shades of Jesus. Jesus, for those of you Christians who don't know, Jesus was actually at the Garden of Gethsemane with a young boy, man kind of person, mostly dude with the exception of a loincloth. Did you know that when Jesus was up there praying by himself, there was a young man in a loincloth? That was Jesus Catholic? Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, people, I guess Halo. Did they say Halo? It looks like Halo. I'm going to do Halo. And, people wanted goat. We'll give them goat. I'll give them some goats. We'll be back. Next up in the bark bank, a clergyman with a holy hustle and maybe a few unholy loopholes.
Hi, Barks. Blessings and belly rubs to you all. I'm Father Flanagan, and today I'm here seeking $50,000 for 3% of my soul-saving startup, Holy Halos, the world's first, soon-to-be, church-approved condoms. Following the ways of the Lord can be hard and often require sacrifices of the flesh. Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of Holy Halo condoms.
Hold on, Father. The church very much doesn't like condoms. How do you expect to sell these?
Well, you're right, but these aren't just any condoms. No, my furry financiers, these are permeable. But every single halo has been dipped in holy water, a divine divider between you and sin. You can finally frolic freely and still keep that sweet spot in heaven. Permeable, but dipped in holy water to keep the sin out, but let the babies in.
Let you get your stick wet without getting your stick stuck.
If you know what I mean.
Oh my! Very embarrassing every time.
So basically they don't work as condoms, but they let you get away with having sex without going to hell?
Exactly. The church gets to keep making babies, but you don't have to keep going to confession. Think of it. No more guilt. No more awkward "I'm saving myself for marriage" speeches. With Holy Halos, you can take those pray hands and turn them into lay hands.
Didn't I read that holy water is full of bacteria like E. coli? Won't this be harmful to women's health?
The words are English, but I don't understand the question.
How are you addressing the issue holy water presents for women's health?
Again, I'm not understanding.
She does that. Well, we don't get it either.
Is that mesh from a window screen?
Ah, that's a keen eye you have there, young lass. Yes. Another fine selling point, rough on the outside to increase her shame, as it should be, but soft and smooth on the inside, internally lubed and ribbed for his pleasure. We even have custom scents.
Scents? Now you have my attention. What flavors we talking? Don't pitch me that vanilla missionary nonsense, Padre.
Well, we do have virgin vanilla, but we also have miracle mint and a cooing camel, and my personal favorite, sweat of the Savior.
And the Vatican, they've blessed this endeavor?
Well, not exactly. I'm still waiting on the papal decree one way or the other.
I love it, but you're asking 50 grand for only 3%. That's rough, Father, real rough.
Not running with the big dogs on this one. I'm gonna stay on the porch.
Me too. Good luck, Father. 15%.
Ouch, 15%, that's highway robbery even for the church.
Come on, Father, we're dogs. We know a bone when we see one. 10%, and we'll even bless your branding.
Look, meet me in the middle, 7%, and I'll baptize all your puppies.
7% works for me. Father Flanagan, it looks like
Wait a second. Our producers say we have a special call-in bidder. Let's get him up on the screen. Folks, we have the guardian of the sacred fire hydrant himself.
Oh no.
Defender of the holy tennis ball and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poops a Lot the Fifth.
Flanagan!
Yes, your portrait.
50,000 at 20%.
20%?
And you get to keep calling yourself a father.
Sold to the pup in the very fine hat.
I knew you'd see it my way.
You're very wise, Your Hiney. Would there be anything else?
You may leave.
Father Flanagan's line of holy halos, ultra thin, spiritually thick. Available in 3 sizes, conservative, medium, and liberal. All right, good morning, and thank you all for joining us. Business says Matthew talking to, I know who he's talking to, we know who, says to stay on topic or you'll get banned real quick. Most of the time, we don't ban people for not staying on topic. Sometimes on Fridays, you know, if the douche about it, because we are on Sci-Fi Friday, and I was fixing to wrangle it back anyway. But most of the time, we don't ban them for that. We ban them for like preaching. You know, you'll see. Stick around, business. You actually kind of seem to be coming off as reasonable. Stick around. You'll see what we mean. I say most of the time. Occasionally, I do get some mods out there who are a little band happy. I love my mods, you know. But they do kind of get a little blocky. But otherwise, you know, we try not to be too much because it's cool in the chat. It gets the chat live and hopping, you know, for you guys to be. So let's see. No, you don't. Yeah. 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 Well, at least on this case, Matthew, we'll call you Matthew. Good morning, BH5150. Thank you for joining. But in this case, Matthew, have you seen Snowpiercer? So for the first half hour, we talked about the movie itself. Now we're going to talk about the relationship the movie had to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Because if you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, you know. And you just can't unknow once you know. But if you've never heard, then you just don't know. And so we're going to talk about that. After that, probably for like the last half of the hour, some business, we'll probably just talk rando sci-fi stuff. She's just finished watching Stargate. She's watching, Stargate Atlantis probably now, and all kinds of other stuff that's, all kinds of sci-fi. So we're going to have some fun with that. Stick around, hang out. See if I missed anybody. Okay, all right. So now let's get to it. Let's get to the business, the meat of the thing. Oh, and if you don't mind, I just want to say this. You don't really watch sci-fi. Okay, I get that totally. Just if you don't mind, bear with us because that's what we're talking about today, Matthew. So play along as best you can. So what'd you think? Connected, not connected? Yeah.
Maybe one or two were kind of stretched, but I feel like there is something there. The caricature of the woman. Who was she? The with the teeth, the act that famous one.
I don't know her name. I don't remember her name on the show, but yeah,
she was just the teeth alone were Wonka-esque, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, right.
The hairdo, the exaggerated glasses, even like the eccentric style outfit that she was wearing, the way she talked. Even like the way she was speaking
same
about
kind of accent. Yeah,
just like her adamancy about the shoe and this is your place, and I don't know, it just really gave me that kind of vibe. It was hard for me not to see it when I was watching it, even though I hadn't even watched that 15-minute thing yet.
Well, there were other things to consider as well, and I didn't. For those of you who haven't seen the video of the movie, there's a video afterwards that kind of puts the movie and connects the dots. So in Willy Wonka, they go from room to room. Every room is different, and in every room they lose a member of their group, right, until they left at the end, whenever the guy has to make a decision. But that's kind of the same thing in this show here. They move from room to room to room. First the room where the roaches are, the food roaches, ew, and then to the water place, and then at every step they lose somebody. Now, one of the things is it's also very Wonka-esque, like the place with the water and the animals going through
the aquarium,
the aquarium, and then they had the trees with the hanging over and the apples. They walk through it so calmly. They're like, "What the fuck?"
Right?
There were a lot of things. It was just so. Very
eccentrically overdone.
Yeah.
Right. You walking past the people who have the ability to go to the doctor, someone's going to the tailor, another person's getting their teeth looked at. It's just this whole other world that these people are experiencing, that almost like the Oompa Loompa style people never get
Right.
to. You know, the outcasts, if you will,
Yeah.
the poor people, like where I guess I should say more like where Charlie came from,
Well,
where
they
they're like
like
sharing a bed and their house is
That's
falling
true, huh?
apart. You know,
That's true. Charlie did come from that, didn't he? That's where he came from. I forgot about that. He came from
Yeah.
that kind of area.
that wasn't just at the very, very beginning of the
Right.
movie.
Well, my understanding is that there was the Charlie, or the Wonka, Wilford, then the rich people, and then the people who just were able to buy their way on, in certain levels of how they paid to get on there.
Love it.
And the ones at the very back, I guess he said at the end, he said there was like 1,000 people in a tin can, right? And those were all the ones who didn't pay anything, and they were just managed to get on the train. They allowed them to get on the train. And I kind of got the impression that it probably took them several months to figure out how to feed those people who they let on. Because
Mhm.
they weren't prepared for them. That's what it sounds like. I mean, I'm not making excuses for Wilford, but it does kind of sound that way, because it took them a while to get enough food. And then once they started getting food,
Yeah, it was like a few months or something. I thought or a month maybe it took them before they sent the blocks back.
they were eating each other.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
so someone, no, not someone. Excuse me. It was Gilliam
Mhm.
who said, "Here, take my arm." When they
Cut
were
his arm off, yeah.
fighting. Yeah, when they were fighting over the baby,
Yeah.
and homeboy admits he's the one who killed the baby's mother and was going to eat the baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
like that.
Well, that's kind of the thing. You got to think at that point, because that's when he turned, right?
Kind of turned the coin.
Yeah. So he had eaten a baby before that, and he was going for more. He just killed the mom. I don't know. It's a pretty rough story. It's rough. It's a rough story.
Super.
Yeah. So, so that's for those of you who don't know, Rainbow Ash, can you guys see? Yes, we can see your message. Let me see here. Oh my God, the roaches. What's the video?
I didn't realize they were roaches. I thought they were
Or insects,
grasshoppers.
some kind of grasshoppers, insects. I just know they were, insects. Yeah, grasshoppers. I think you're probably right. That's what
Either
John
way.
had, so it must have been okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so there is if you just look up on YouTube, Rainbow Ash, look up Snowpiercer and then hit space. And in the drop down, you will see Willy Wonka. It's that easy to find. It's so easy. And it's a video that connects the two, and it shows you how in the beginning, whenever you look at the train, it's a self-contained, it has to be kind of self-contained situation. And really, when we learn about it, the only thing that ever comes in is water from ice off the front of the train.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that. That's the only thing that would ever naturally come into Willy Wonka's factory back in the day, would be water from the sky. That's the only thing that would come in, because even according to the show, it was completely sealed off from everything. It was a self-contained area.
Grew
And this
all the
video,
things they did.
yeah, and the video will show clips of them back then saying this is what this place is. It's completely, and how the train is sealed off. So those kind of similarities. And then the opening part is really good part when they stick the guy's hand out with the thing. And
Oh man, that was rough.
rough. Was that not? And so it was comical how she's like, we only got 7 minutes, and they, she started saying things, people of the train, you scumbags, or whatever she's saying, and then the Japanese guy would translate it, and then the other person would start translate it, and then she's like, no, we ain't got time for this.
Right.
Anyway, so she started talking about how this is a shoe, the hat is a shoe, you're a shoe, I'm on the head, you're on the head, we all have our place, this is what we're supposed to do. And the video will show you, it'll cut back to Willy Wonka whenever there was this man who sold Willy Wonka his candy bar in the store. He actually gave a similar speech saying everybody has their roles. This man has his role, you have your role, we all have our roles. And that's where, from the original movie, that comes from. The history of roaches.
The calling was crazy. Like when we learned that since the inception of this train, they've just play out basically their imagination on how they're going to take out the next group of people to keep the population under control.
Yeah, it seems like up until that point, they'd done a really good job. They had it all planned out, Yeah.
I mean, it seemed to be working, other than the people that they murdered, right? Other than that, the train continued to run. You know, they had food sources. I mean, they could live
They weren't
forever
eating each
if the
other.
train- Yeah, right.
Yeah.
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 But allegedly, the engine is eternal. I mean, is that true? Is that just their brain chemistry is altered and they don't know what the F they're talking about? Or
And here's
is
something.
that's real?
Or is that real? Yeah. Or is it real? Yeah. Here's something else though. I don't know if you noticed this. I noticed this upon this watch. In the beginning, they come and get some kids. Then you pass some kids on the way, and they're not the same kids. The kids that you pass on the way are at desks. They're being educated. They look well fed. They're clean. Not the same kids. So I feel like part of the reason why they let them on in the back and took on those people back there was for that purpose. So they'd have a supply of children to replace the Oompa Loompas. Because at the end of it, he said, we got to use these people because the ones who used to do this have gone extinct.
Yep.
Talking about
the woman even admits that, doesn't she? That luckily the end gives us a fresh supply of, or maybe he said it, maybe the Wilford guy said it, but I remember them clearly stating that that's basically, thank goodness for them, they give us the kids we need. Like, yikes on bikes. They really do have their own little ecosystem.
Yeah. So whenever they loaded up that train, they knew shit was going down. Did Willie or did Wilford already know that the Oompa Loompas were going to go extinct? Listen, man, they're all men. We didn't say we weren't able to save any female Oompa Loompas, so we're not going to have a lot of time. Load these 1,000 people on the train. How much plotting went into that, really? Did he actually know ahead of time, and that's why they put the poor people on there? Anyway, I don't know, because he's so into the balance, so predictable, so. And then of course they even talked about how they had a call back and forth between the guy at the back of the train and the guy at the front of the train. Yeah,
and they work together. Yeah, he said we have to work together. This would never work if the front doesn't work with the back.
Right. Yep.
They need cooperation.
Yeah. See, Rainbow Ash is just now getting it. Yeah. So in the movie, see, Rainbow Ash hasn't seen the video. Yeah. So. Very
and
cool.
There's even when the gentleman who was responsible for creating all the security protocol or what have you, the one who was in the cabinet, don't they have like similar things where like the Oompa Loompas are just in these, I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering, but there's just small compartments. That might even be the redo. I might even be thinking about the other guy's remake of it. Is it Tim Burton?
Tim Burton. Sure. Yeah, I have not seen Tim Burton's version, and I don't. And as far as I remember from the original movie, somebody starts singing "Oompa Loompa," and they just come out of the walls. They just come out of nowhere carrying shit. That's all I remember from that as a kid. So let's see. John says, "I must admit, I only got halfway through the movie." Part of the deal is at first with the movie, I really, at the beginning, I was like, the whole premise was a little on the ridiculous side, Now, what was the name of this chemical, though? But then once I got into it, I liked it.
CW something.
Yeah, C something 7.
Yeah, CW7, I believe.
Yeah. I was wondering if this was all planned. And Willy Wonka or Charlie Wonka was the one who created the CW7, released it on purpose to create a snow world so he could have his train. Because his train was, right? It sure seems like he was already ready for it. A fully self-sustained train, CW7. Now, Charlie's name in the movie wasn't Wonka in the movie. The original movie is Charlie Bucket, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. But you can imagine as he went on to live with Willy Wonka and took on his name.
Right, if he was like an apprentice of sorts.
Like a son. Who knows? It was Grandpa Joe. because dad was gone, right? So
Yes,
it was
maybe
Grandpa
even
Joe.
fatherly. Exactly. Yeah, it
Yeah,
could have been.
he
more
may have
even a
literally
father.
adopted him,
Mm-hmm.
and he would become Charlie Wonka. Charlie Wilford Wonka. Interesting.
Yowza.
We'll just make this shit up all day long. Giles says there's no Veruca Salt in Snowpiercer. Well, Giles, the premise being put forth was that the lady played by Tilda Swinton, the woman who put the hat in the shoe, that
the
was
measurer.
Veruca Salt. No, not that one. The other one.
Oh, not her. Oh, my bad.
The one with the teeth. The one at the very beginning who said she's talking about who's a shoe and who's a head and who's a
her.
hat. Yeah, Tilda Swinton with the teeth.
Okay.
She was the Veruca Salt.
Okay.
Because same accent, same abrasive. One of the things that Veruca Salt liked to do was insult people, call them names.
True.
And she would often end her thing, but we're gonna do this, you filthy pigs. And so she kind of did that often. So
that's right.
It was thought that, at least posited, if you will, in the video, that this was her after being saved by Charlie from certain doom in the freezing thing. Now she's greeting grateful and she's all, otherwise her personality was pretty much on track.
Yeah, I can see the parallel there. The boy who liked the guns.
Yeah.
I saw that. It was like, the little cowboy who was always liking the gun and wanted to shoot people. He's like, I can't wait till this is real. Like, and now he just silently kind of walks through the train, like searching down
anybody.
And anybody, but right. Like, and even the fact that he was shooting through the window and one of the other workers was like, let's try to minimize damage. He was like, pop.
Yeah. There was that one scene where when he started shooting through the window. I don't know if you saw it, but he shoots a couple times and and this guard guy with the helmet, I think it's a piece of Chronos or whatever.
Yeah.
And he starts sticking in the holes.
Yes.
Hug the holes.
Yes. I didn't realize that's what it was. I remember I don't know, but now I get it. It was the Chronos. Yeah, because it was green. Duh.
And at the beginning of the movie, the whole Chronos thing was like, man, you got some of these. And I'm like, oh yeah, man, I got some of these. They're all here. You got some of these. And we're like, very few. You only got two. And then at the end of the movie, when they get to the end of the train, you see they're fucking everywhere, like in a pool hall where you see the Q-tip things that are just sitting everywhere. Got buckets of them. They're just everywhere. And
not that rare, not that special.
Not that rare. Not that, yeah. Well,
that's how you control that portion of the ecosystem.
Just like apples. If they ever got any kind of fruit, well, actually, if they ever got any kind of fruit, it came through the body of a grasshopper. That's kind of rough. Yeah. Rainbow says, I was scared that shooting through the window would freeze the train. Apparently, so was a guard. I was quite concerned.
I would not have done that. I would be too afraid that it would not be repairable.
Yeah.
Especially since so many things are going extinct, quote unquote.
Yeah, true enough. There were things that were, again, I think it was a good idea. I don't think the idea to blow the door off the side of the train and fuck up the train and kill everyone, I don't think that was a good idea. I just don't think that was the way it could have happened. There was a better way. There was a better way. Dude was already lost. What the bitch with the gun was already down. Wilford he even sit down at his table and he was back to eating his dinner going, hey, that's cool. Because like it showed at the end, it kind of the way he sacrificed his arm, just like the sacrifice made by Charlie in order to get the train, in order to get the factory. So Wilford was like, oh, neat. Nice.
Yeah. The one that I really enjoyed that got me was like, I guess when everything really turned for the caboose as they're working their way through, when the pregnant woman from Picard, and she's, she just seems overly happy. She reminds me of some kind of youth pastor style Sunday school woman, if you will. And, the songs were kind of like creepy that they're singing. And then is it the bald guy? I don't remember, but somebody comes through with the eggs. And they're like, oh my God, we thought that chickens went extinct. We didn't know this existed. And she said something, I thought, to the extent of that's the only thing that hasn't gone extinct. And then she pulls out the gun, starts shooting people. Like, oh, damn. She was furious. Yeah. Even pregnant, she was about it.
She was very, I mean, that's kind of what you see, or I imagine, with the whole Nazi Germany, the whole full-blown programmed, absolute wanna believe, Heil Trump, Heil Hitler kind of situation. Just right, man. Yeah. She did a great job. She looks like the kind that would, really. I mean, way to go.
She plays that very, very well. And I think she also is in isn't she also an American Horror Story? I'm pretty positive. So she has that ability to be super creepy, if you will. They all do. With the eyes and the things they do with their eyes, the way they look into your soul. Yeah. She's kind of got that, don't turn around, look. And if you've seen all of Picard, she kills people. She's a murderous villain in the first season. Then she kind of hides through the second season, and third season she comes back. I think, if I remember right. No, it's the second and third season. Anyway, I'll have to watch it again. It's been a while. She does a good job. What's her name? Oh, and whenever she comes down in Picard singing, the Borg Queen's taking her over, and she comes down singing the song. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did a really good job. So I wonder, was that? I guess that probably was really her singing then. I didn't really pay attention, but it may have
probably
been.
maybe. Yeah. It's a good part, and there was very little vexation about what to do. Oftentimes it'd have been like this him-hawing, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? It was like this look between the two guys, and one's like, okay, and the other one throws a knife and kills her. They don't go, oh my goodness, she's pregnant. None of that. You had no time for that shit. Nope. Yeah, well played. Yep, well played.
It was do or die.
Right.
She didn't hesitate.
What's that?
She didn't hesitate.
She did not. That's all right. She did not. Don't forget, we need to choose a movie for next week before the stream is over today. Thank you, love. So do you, Rainbow Ash, have a suggestion? I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll take us a little commercial. We'll take a commercial. We'll put on the postmortem baptismal kit for you, wonderful. We'll do that one first. We'll do goat scented flesh candles later. And while we do that, you guys put out there some ideas for movies, sci-fi movies for us to watch. And listen, guys, I mean, I appreciate old sci-fi movies. I very much do. But try not to, keep it this century or some shit. I mean, just, or at least, and here's why I'm so vexed about this is because I love some good old sci-fi. And sometimes I'm like, don't suggest old sci-fi. And then they put something up there. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, that's good. Maybe we should watch, So I'm just saying, be prepared for me to go, no, I don't want to watch that one. Yeah. I'm going to be picky if it's pretty old. Oh, yeah. And semi-current, maybe like John Falpiano, maybe good morning, by the way, maybe this century would be sufficient, But again, sometimes some good, They Live. I would watch They Live, not this century. Are you familiar with that one?
I'm not sure.
With Roddy Piper. He puts on the glasses, and the glasses reveal. Oh, it's cheesy AF. It really kind of is. The wife very much does not like that movie. But yeah. Cherry 2000, John. I remember Cherry 2000. That was a hard watch when it came out, and I'm not going to watch it now. I mean, maybe it was a hard watch for me because I was 12 and I was waiting for some nudity, but there was not enough of it then. And I just remember it not being compelling otherwise. Rainbow Ash, if the movie's going forward, well, that's the whole deal, Rainbow. We'll see. And that's what we're going to do. Metropolis. Damn you, secular feelinist. No. Metropolis. That's like 1919. I wouldn't lie to you here in front of all these people. Well, I might.
Goodness.
We'll be
Wow.
back in just a minute. Did we do passengers? You know, better than Ember, I really appreciate that suggestion. I would do it. I mean, if y'all want to put it out, here's what we'll do. Well, this is what I'm going to work out for all you people. We're going to start doing a thing where the first 5 movies that are suggested will be our pool, and then people will vote on which one for those movies, and we'll watch that movie. So I'll try to adhere to that. You know, I didn't like Passengers. I didn't like it from the very beginning. I didn't like Chris Pratt in it. I mean, he did a good job, actor so schwa. But the whole premise that you're going to just be a douche because you're selfish, you're going to fuck up somebody else's future and their entire life.
That one?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that one. Oh,
I know. You
I'm
know,
gonna punch
yeah.
you in the dick.
Yeah, that was just, I don't really care for that one. Stunning graphics, you know, stunning graphics. But yeah. Well, of course, we did talk about Paradox. Was it Paradox? No, it's shit. Pandorum. You watched Pandorum, right? We watched. Oh, that was a good one. I enjoy Pandorum. Where they they landed in the water, or they realized they were actually underwater when they thought they were in space that whole time.
Oh, yes. That was
good shit.
crazy. That was a big twist.
But it was. All right, we'll be back in just a minute. We'll take a break.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No.
Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No! Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved. Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I could see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
All right, so we are back. I've seen a couple of suggestions, and I was talking to Miss Ryan here. I'm going to try to get us a way to vote for it. I've been learning a lot about programming and setting up stuff, creating apps. Right now, I could actually do it in a web page and click and go to a web page. But what I'm trying to do is I'm going to create an app, And actually, guys, tell me, well, can we vote on that? Let's vote on that. Okay. Here's what I want to put in the poll down here in the chat. I want to remove the poll that's in. Oh, I didn't even have a poll in there. I'm just going to do the thing, and then I'll explain it. And we're going to just do yes or no. All right. So the question is, would you use a morning show app? So here's what I'm talking about creating is an app you put on your phone. And of course, you'd be able to watch it, the morning show live, or you could watch some past videos if you want, past live streams. But it'd be more about interacting. On that app, you'd be able to suggest what movie you want for the week, for us to vote on for the week. And then once we got maybe 5 or 10, it depends on how big our pool, if you guys, a lot of you actually use it, but we'll start with like the first 5. And the first 5 suggestions will be locked in as the movies of the week to vote for. And then everybody else from that point on to the end of the week will vote on those movies. Then we'll do it that way. So I could do that. And we were also thinking about making on the app, putting it to where you could also put in show topic suggestions. You'd also be able to put in like articles and stuff that you think we should cover here on what we used to do with what was it, Theocracy Watch? All we need is like little articles, and we can riff it from there. Why go through a bunch of effort to produce something when it's there every day? And our people could suggest it, and we'd also be able to. There was something else. Now for other things, though, lots of social things. So would you guys use it, or would you not use it? Some people would, some people wouldn't. Of course, I could also hit you up for tithes. On the app.
100%.
But I've also learned that I could actually, and what I would obviously do now that I know that I could with almost minimal effort, I'd also be able to add random kind of games to the app. So if you're not watching the show or something, you could play certain things. I like smart people games like crossword. We could do atheist crossword. Or just science related crossword. We don't even have to be atheist related crossword. Those sorts of things. So I'm working on building something like that.
A lot of work.
Yeah. Yep. I wonder. I got a lot to do. I got a lot to do in my brain because I'm still wanting to try to get calls to people to call in on the show here.
Mm-hmm.
And as you guys who were watching the other day, Kelly would probably be willing to help me do that for a minimal fee. Did you see what happened the other day after the show?
Yeah. Last week.
Yeah. Kelly's like, I can't take your money, but if you take like a percentage of one day a week, it's not that much, brother. You'd be all right. It makes me feel better paying you. So, but it'd be nice if we could get some call-ins going and get some channel here. Let's see. Rainbow Ash asks the question. I don't know what is about Discord. I can't keep it. Yeah, I'm not. Discord's cool. I dig it. Other people are taking care of Discord for me. I might even find a way to build aspects of Discord into some of the app. I just don't even use it myself. I don't really care about Discord. I like it that other people like it. I use it to communicate. You're probably one of the one of the better ways of getting a hold of me is through, But,
Same, Rainbow. I'm in so many damn Discord servers. I haven't checked half of them in a while.
Yeah.
Even my own. Actually. Oopsies.
Yep. Ember says a science game app would be that's an interesting thing. I just got a lot on my brain right now. I'm going through my first app. I'm building it. I've been very successful so far and still in the development stage. And it's a lot. And I'm almost done, and we'll see. But then I also learned how to develop this thing called an app studio. I'm building all this in AWS, and AWS, it's a Amazon Web Studios, Amazon Web Services. You see their commercials they do the football and shit. So I'm building in that, and they have this free version, free tier. And I'm just using their free tier. And I mean, I haven't even reached the limits of the free tier yet. So it's really cool. So if you want to be a developer, sign up for Amazon Web Services and learn how to develop. Kelly says, what does Kelly say? Is Kelly talking about charging money? Let's see. Just $3 per month. I don't know. That would be cool. I'd like to find a reason why people would want to use, you know, I mean, well, there'd have to be a reason. One of the things is I don't really know if I want to be responsible for social interactions. You know, do I want to be responsible for you being able to talk to each other over the app? Because then that's my ass in the fire if Ryan goes off and kills somebody.
Personal information.
Yeah. And that's what I've even talked about. I've got the AI, the way of the AI. I can set up an AI agent that will watch the text fields of people who can change their text field. Anytime there's a change or an addition, it'll run it through the AI, making sure there's no vulgarity and no personal information. You know, so that kind of thing.
Yep.
Kelly, tonight on Discord, Friday Night Fun with, oh, that's right. They're doing the Friday Night Fun. That is kind of cool.
Friday.
I do dig that. Yeah. Let's see. So 67% of our people said yes to the app.
Ooh.
Yeah, and now, by no means would you actually have to use the app at all. No, not at all. So for those of you who don't want the app, just ignore it. Really, it would change nothing for you. We might put a little code up here so people could scan and download the app if they wanted to. But for those people who just watch on YouTube, it really wouldn't change anything. Except for you wouldn't obviously get to vote in the polls. That not the polls, the show of the week and stuff like that. So that's what we're working on. That's what I'm working on. I really ought to kind of flex on that a little bit. Anyway, so do you, Miss Ryan, have any ideas for what maybe we should watch for the show of the week next week?
Oof. No, I really don't. I do not. Not right now. Not.
I really think that. I think what I ought to do is make that kind of a priority for my week next week. You know, that link I put in the chat. What about this, my friends? Those of you who are out there, maybe a thumbs up. The link I put in the chat could click and take you to the poll over there, or we could click, and it could take you to a web page I've set up to where you could click a couple of buttons, and vote on those things of the week. So if you don't want to install the app, I could just make it so instead of right there clicking and taking you to the YouTube poll, it actually took you to the website page, like any other web page, and they could vote, for the movie of the week, or they could vote for show topic, and something else. I also thought about you could also suggest guests. So if you'd like to see a guest on the show, there'd be a place for you to suggest a guest. And there would also be a place on the app or the website for somebody who wants to be a guest on the show could actually fill it out and go, hey, I'm available this time.
Yeah.
These are my computer setup. I'm available, or whatever, Other shows kind of do something similar, but I could tie that into the calendar,
Make it easier for you to pull from.
Make it easier. Yeah. Let me see. So somebody said passengers. Sir Equinox 4874 said passengers. Okay. Well, that's a vote for passenger. I mean, I'll suffer through it again. If you take that one little problem out of the situation, it's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. Had she been woken up by anything else but him? Had the system continued to go down because they'd been hit by some space trash and the system was breaking, which is what was happening, and it woke her pod up too, I would have been okay with that. But this whole thing about him doing it on purpose, vexing on it for quite a while, and then lying to her about it, just don't make it's not a feel-good movie in my way of a feel-good. And then he gets what he wants in the end. He gets a bought and paid wife to grow old with and all by themselves. And she's a hottie. Anyway.
Yeah.
Miss Non Sequitur has arrived. That's right. There we go. Let me replace our poll with that link there. Miss Non Sequitur. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. So they are doing the Discord gathering this evening. I think it's 8 o'clock my time, so it's 10 p.m. Eastern. Go do that voodoo with them. They are a lot of fun. A reminder that after this show, whenever the stream ends, it'll automatically kick you over to Ember's stream. A lot of people really enjoy the song after the show, or else I would just end the show and kick you over to Ember's. But some people have taken umbrage with me not playing the song. And as a matter of fact, one of the things I got to do, I'm actually going to replace the end song with Aaron's version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So y'all can blame her. So that's one of my evil, but I've just been a slacker. I've been doing other things, but I started working on the show again this week, trying to make it more gooder. And I started with the chatbot. So far, chatbot's doing a pretty good job. I really wish it would remember. I wanted to remember us and not shout out everybody every day. And I don't want it to shout out itself.
Did it shout out itself?
It does. When I start the live stream, it doesn't even work until I start the live stream. So I can't test it until I start the live stream. Start the live stream. Somebody will chat, Better Than Ember will say, hi, everybody. And it'll say, Chris Mallard, it'll say, hi, everybody. Damn, Better Than Ember is kicked in the door and is here. And then the next line will be, hi, Chris Mallard. Chris Mallard is here. It does it every time. I thought it would not do it after the first time, but
that's so funny.
Stupid. Computers are stupid. They're just smart but dumb.
Yeah, you have to be very specific.
Very specific. Pale Horse. Good morning.
Maybe.
I like video endings. Too many of them nowadays just end abruptly. Arrival. Now, left-handed Jedi, mon ami. Let me ask you the question that everybody in the chat is wanting to know. Are you talking about the Charlie Sheen arrival? Or are you talking about the Amy Adams arrival? You've got to be specific. These are two extremely different movies. Have you seen either one of those? Do you know what we're talking about?
I don't think Arrival.
No.
I do not know.
Charlie Sheen's Arrival is fun. It's a fun sci-fi. It's fun. The first one's fun. The second one, there's two of them, and the second one, I guess, is it's not as good as the first one. Now, the evil one really likes Amy Adams' Arrival. Okay, Amy Adams, and I feel like an Amy Adams movie. The one, it's a good one. It's a good movie. And as a female, it just sucks that conservatives had made phrasing it like that such an unfortunate thing. As a woman, you may have an appeal to it because she's got this attachment to her daughter of a fashion that women, would probably enjoy. Father and son kind of movie, mother-daughter kind of movie. But once you know the ending and you're done and it's all got, it's like, that was cool. I don't have any reason to watch it again. It was just one of those movies that once you've seen, in my opinion, anybody else feel that way? I felt that way. Once I'd seen it, I was like, I got it. It's cool. But, once you know the end.
Which one?
Arrival with Amy Adams.
With the Amy Adams one. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the Sheen movie though, that's fun. It's a fun movie. It's a fun ride. Charlie Sheen. The second one, can't speak to the second one. I don't know about that, but I would put the first one on the movie list. That's not the one that Left-Handed Jedi was asking about though. The language is fun. It's a very interesting thing, and of course the anxiety, the plot, who they are, Amy Adams and Hawkeye getting up there and trying to figure out what they're talking about, what's going on. It's a very good movie. I really enjoy those aspects of it. Oh, I see. Difference is subtle. Arrival and The Arrival. Gotcha. And I guess Arrival is the one with Amy Adams. Yeah. Have you seen the commercial, the teaser for the new Stephen King movie?
No, I don't think so.
Not Stephen King. Damn it, I did it again. Steven Spielberg movie. There's a new Steven Spielberg movie where aliens make contact with humans. It's weird. You should check it out. There's a trailer that's out. It doesn't come out until next summer. There's a trailer that's out with Emily Blunt. It's really good. One of the things, though, is, and I'll tell you, because it's in the trailer, she's a news reporter and she's talking, and all of a sudden she goes, and she starts like talking in these clicking weird sounds, right? And it shows you all over the world, they're able to control animals and do all these kinds of things. And one of the things that got me kind of as I was watching the commercial, so they're trying to reach out to humanity, clearly. It's not subtle at all. And they're able to reach through and take control of this woman's body and make her speak. And instead of making her speak English that they could actually understand, she just says this popping, clicking, gurgling sound, which is their language.
Mm-hmm.
And I really thought at that point, I was like, I mean, why? If you want to communicate something, would you do that? That doesn't seem, they have, I mean, and especially because they're trying to tell the whole world. This is something they're giving the whole world. That's part of the reason why they're telling this bitch on live television during a newscast. They want the whole world to see this, and they're going to, they could have maybe done the first half of it, and then the second half, maybe that's what happens. The first part of it is just to prove she ain't crazy, and the second part of it is the message, we're all going to come and eat you and kill you, and we're all going to die or something.
Huh.
I don't know. But I thought that was kind of a little bit of a swing, oh shit, kind of opportunity. Why would you do that? It just doesn't make sense. Spielberg is going back to his Close Encounter roots. He's run out of ideas. Well, I love a good First Contact movie, you know, when they're done right, you know. This one seems kind of okay, cool when you look at the trailers. The only thing that makes me go, I don't know, is it, in a lot of the trailers, like, you're just sitting there and animals come out of the forest and start looking at you. And that gives me a very, we got to save the world. You're treating your world bad vibe. And I dig that. I feel it. We need to save the world. We need to address climate change and all that business. I just don't want it in my sci-fi movies like that. I hope that's not what the deal is. But it's just kind of one of those things. And if you're familiar with the movie, oh shit, with Nicolas Cage, where he gets they get this message. It comes out of a time capsule. This girl 50 years ago was writing down shit, and it was really cool. But in that movie too, you have these creatures and people where there's just weird animals kind of looking. The annihilate, something like that, with the chick who played Padme, Natalie Portman. Kind of same thing. You had these, it was like a spirit alien creature that's literally one with the surroundings, and it's bugs and it's plants and it's all this stuff. And there's like bears with horns, and it's just weird animal shit.
Yeah.
I don't get that myself. Some people do, man. Some people are really into it.
Mm-hmm.
The Knowing. Thank you, Secular Freelandness is what it's called. The Knowing. That's actually a good movie. I dig it. It's got some creepy moments, because that thing they found in the ground, the time capsule, that was a girl 50 years ago scratching out these words. And if you apply those things to a number and these numbers, it literally tells you when all these tragic things are going to happen. And he figures it out just in time to literally be there at the time one of the things that is predicted on her map 50 years ago predicts. Kind of cool, very cool, solid concept. I kind of didn't like the ending myself very much, but I mean, I'm not meant to like all the endings, right? I got where the ending was going. That's a movie that I would watch on the list. Nicolas Cage, you know, he's a little speaker, Phil. He's a little, but he's fun. He's good in that movie. Let's see. According to Midas, Trump was utterly, completely destroyed this morning again. Good news. Oh, Trump was utterly, completely destroyed this morning. According to something I
literally.
I don't know what they mean by that. That's the thing. You got to watch about Midas Touch and Joe Cocaglia and all these other people. Even Brian Tyler Cohen and what's that other guy's name? Shit, I know his name. You know his name. You've seen him. Even all these left wing, they're just so clickbaity. Donald Trump destroyed this morning. So you go looking like, somebody said something bad about him, and Donald Trump does not give a shit about it. That is nothing.
Yeah.
Now, what I did see, I don't know if this is true or not, my friends. This is what I saw. Take it free. Don't listen to some jackass on the internet. What I did see was a post this morning that said the cameras were off in the White House, so you can't see what's going on, and Donald Trump is being taken to the hospital. That was what I saw sometime this morning before the show, but I was doing shit.
Really?
Yeah. Could have been anything. Could have been just wishful thinking. Could have been a meme from months ago, whenever, or from the other day, whenever he went to hospital. I don't know.
Yeah. He's been in the hospital a lot. He's getting a lot of tests that he's acing. He's acing these tests. I don't know why he'd need to go back to the hospital, but I mean, sure.
Right. Right. And like whenever you pass, so why would they give you more than one mental test? Right.
He's
I mean, there's
taken
something
many of
wrong.
these acuity. Yeah, it's why do you
Right.
need to be consistently tested? They would only do that because something is changing, and I doubt that you're going to be changing for the better.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. And it also could be just like, yeah, he aced that MRI. It could be, you know what? They're like, oh, he didn't do very good on that test. They're like, you know what? Bring me another test until he gets one. It could be as simple as that. He doesn't like the results, so he's like, give me another one. You never know with this guy. But see, I see things like that. Whenever I see posts like that about Donald Trump possibly the cameras being down and him maybe being taken to the hospital. And once I'm done cleaning up, I tell myself that can't possibly be real. That was the implication that I rubbed one out because the news was so good.
Amazing.
Yeah. I just can't, where I'm going really is I can't let myself get wrapped into that. Believe it. There's too much of that on the internet.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. I tend to skip past videos that are super salacious, like the titles. I mean,
yes,
like the when the picture and then the title. I'm like, oh, I just feel like you're gonna feed me some more bull. You're gonna take a snippet and then you're gonna give your interpretation of what Trump said. Okay, that's great, but that doesn't mean that every Republican agrees with you or every Democrat agrees with you. So stop putting it as that's the case. If you want to give your opinion and say, man, I think Trump effed up here, absolutely. Give me your opinion. But other than that, it's like, if nobody else cares, then don't say that it's career ending. It's not.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, there was that one we saw where they're like, Trump is stumbling around and delirious. And he wasn't. He's an old fat man, probably doesn't feel very good, had a big meal or some business, and he was walking sideways talking to a kid about plaques on a wall, and he didn't walk as robustly as people thought. That's all. There was no stumbling. There was no disorientation. He wasn't doing the John Travolta, none of that business, but they made it sound out like he was, and I get really tired. So I don't even watch the Midas Touch anymore.
Yeah, when you're super exaggerative like that, or like way too hyperbolic, unless you're telling me a story and like it's supposed to be fun or whatever. But like when you're giving me like news coverage, I want you to be a respectable journalist and give me the facts.
Yeah, and the ones that, and oh man, I can't believe I can't think of his name. It's not Brian Tyler Cohen. It's David Pakman. Same.
Oh, I hate David Pakman.
If I open my YouTube, the tube of views, and I see a thing about possibly Trump, my eye very quickly moves down and it looks to the name of the channel that's producing it. And I look for the Midas Touch, Brian Tyler Cohen, those guys that we mentioned, Tom Cochlea, something Cochlea, same thing, this same group of guys. And I just don't even watch it. It's not, they're lying. Sometimes it'll be very compelling what they say.
Right.
And I'll pop open Facebook and Yahoo, that's just the default page on and I'll look at the news just to see. I found out more shit from Facebook. Quicker.
Right.
Like celebrity deaths. I'll find out about a celebrity death from Facebook. When I find about it, I don't want to say that, it'd be ugly. But yeah, it's usually through Facebook. So
yeah. I unsubscribed to so many different people over the past couple months because of that. I just got absolutely annoyed with it.
Right. Pale Horse, Chris Mallard, what do you recommend for politics? Ground News, they're really good.
Yeah,
if you go over to Ground News, they got a thing where it tells you how many news outlets are reporting on it, so you can kind of tell go check them out if you haven't heard of them. Go check them out. Otherwise, I like, and I know you're going to go, oh my God, you crazy lefty. I like MSN News, or MS Now, I think they call it. And because it's one of I guess it's pretty much the only outlet now that hasn't been literally bought by Trump sycophants. CBS, hell, did you hear about CBS running a whole town hall with...
Did you watch that?
With what's her name? You talking about what's her name?
Erica Kirkenberry Weiss.
Yeah, did you watch it?
I watched I watched at least half of it. I just had to take a step back because I felt like it was just so satirical, like very acting, like here's your script, and bad acting. Like it would be like, I feel like that would be my acting because I'm just not good.
Yeah. No, you're good.
So-
You're good. We've seen you do it. You're good. You do good stuff. I mean,
There's, like,
your parody
overact-
acting is better.
Yeah, and I feel like she's
pretend.
almost parody in some ways with the looking up to the sky.
Oh, right. And then the crying.
But the crying is not, I've never seen that woman boo-hoo. It's always just
Never
been like a
was.
forced tear.
Yeah. Yeah. Right
You
from
know,
the very
I
beginning,
would
like the
do it.
day
I'd be
after.
boo-hooing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and she has literally been on camera since Jump. Maybe she took a couple weeks, I'm not sure, but she's not stopped putting
She
herself in
would
front of the camera.
gladly make you stay at home barefoot, pregnant, taking care of the kids because you aren't smart enough or responsible enough to take a man's role, and yet she is out doing the thing. Her children are at home now without their mom, and she's out on this grifting tour.
Yep.
But she
wants
certainly
she wants to continue to S the D of the patriarchy. She has a perfect opportune moment to now take over Turning Point because it's now her baby practically, and to turn it into something that could be a bit more powerful for a woman like herself who's had a career, who doesn't just stay at home, but, you know, has all these podcasts and businesses and ventures and entrepreneurship. That would be, you know, someone who you would hope would have better what's the word? Not expectations, but I don't know, just a better vision for women instead of wanting them to stay at home and be submissive to some guy. I hate that woman. I really do. I don't like her.
not a fan. And her and what's that other chick? They actually met.
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens, goodness gracious.
I haven't really seen the whole how that played out.
Psycho. Candace Owens is just batshit fucking crazy on so many different levels. There's so many levels. This woman is crazy, and those two are feuding. You know, I saw this meme. I don't know what the video is. It's probably from her thing. You know, her video, and it's got these two things, and it's got not Candace Owens, but the Kirk chick. She's sitting there. She's got a tissue, and she's going. And the left side of the meme says, "Are you trying to cry?" And the second half has her going,
"Yeah,"
because she's all mad. Oh my goodness, she
stared. She stared for like a good.
You know what we're talking about?
Then. Yes, that moment when Barry Weiss asked her the question. So Barry Weiss asked her a question about Candace Owens.
Cry first?
She had been.
Oh, okay.
Previous,
Gotcha.
I think, to that question, she had been. But when she got to that moment, and Barry Weiss is like, you know, Candace Owens, she was a friend of your husband, and whatever. Now she's on the social media campaign, and you know, benefiting and basically building her business off of conspiracy theories. And what would you want to say to something to that? What would you want to say to Candace? And literally, while Barry Weiss is giving this whole like long ass question, Erica's like, and she literally stares at Barry Weiss for almost 30 seconds, just like that, until she stops talking. Stop. That's it. Stop. It was just the weirdest acting job I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So forced.
Let me give these people some scented flesh candles because we're a little behind. Whenever we come back, we'll finish out talking about our sci-fi adventures this week. We'll be back.
Have you sinned again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait, you don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh no. The Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning built flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that pungent smell, light a candle or you're going to hell.
Well, looky there. Did y'all know I did that? Good morning, everybody. We are back. She is not back. Actually, we can do it on this show. I just don't like to. Never have. They caught me hitting my pipe, girl. I know I'm a bad man.
Would they catch you what?
I know. I was sitting here with my pipe in hand going, hey, that looks like me. Oh, wait.
It is me. Oopies.
Yeah.
I've been caught a couple times.
Yeah. So it
Busted.
happens. It happens. Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah.
I'm a bad influence.
If that is the most villainous thing you think of me, we're doing all right.
Oh, didn't Trump sign some kind of executive order or something of that nature about marijuana being changing the schedule, like you said the other day?
Mm-hmm. He did it. Schedule 3. I'm sure it'll probably affect like sentencing and sentences and stuff like that. But my understanding that has more to do with like research. Being able to research with it and health benefits and that sort of business. But I hadn't really poked my head out too much about it.
And that's another thing. Like, if you're going to do all this stuff with marijuana, you need to freaking get the people out of prison who are in prison for stupid ass marijuana charges. That's ridiculous. Get them the F out of there.
It sucks that if any of them are still in there, really. I mean, I know they are, but it sucks.
Probably.
Yeah, so let me ask you guys. So a lot of you aren't sports ball fans, but did anybody in the chat see the Seattle Seahawks Rams game last night? Any of you out there see it? The evil one is a Seahawks fan, and by proxy, I guess so am I. And because you know what? I mean, I can only root for the Vikings. If I only rooted for the Vikings, then shit, my season be over already. Yeah. But I like their team. I like their quarterback. We gave them our quarterback. We should have kept him. Anyway, last night, now the LA Rams are really good. I don't know if you know this. They're really good. They got a good quarterback. It's going really well.
Okay.
Last night at the half, coming back from the half, the Seattle Seahawks were down. I think it was like 14-30. They were down by 16 points.
Oh, damn. Okay.
They managed to come back. So they got 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. Not field goals after points, but 2 touchdowns and then 2-point conversions to tie the game with the Rams. And then they went into overtime, and the Rams got a touchdown first. So they are forced. They must get a touchdown. So they go all the way down. They get a touchdown. Now the score is tied again, or going to be tied. If they kick the field goal, is tied. They decide to go for 2. They go for 2. They get it in overtime. 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions since the second half. I've hardly ever. I mean, 2-point conversion, you might see one in a game where they get it or 2, but man, and it was a really good game. It was a damn good game.
That makes it fun. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I do remember one point in my life watching a football game where it went into overtime like that, and they just it kind of like was going back and forth, and it was like a nail biter, like who was going to finally pull ahead.
Yeah. I have an interesting stat. I watched Minnesota Vikings a few years ago here in this house just after we moved in. They did the biggest comeback in NFL history. It was a 33-point comeback after the half. So they came down from 33 points, came back and won, and it was against the Falcons and what is his name? Son of a bitch. I can't remember his name now, but he's the same guy. No, he's the same guy who played quarterback for the Falcons whenever Tom Brady won the Super Bowl by coming back from the biggest deficit in Super Bowl history. Tom Brady was down like 28 points to 3. And at the half, and after the half, they came back and won the game. What was the quarterback's name for that? I don't remember the quarterback's name. And so that was the same quarterback. This same quarterback who is responsible for being on the losing team from the biggest comeback in NFL regular season history is the same quarterback who also lost the Super Bowl in the biggest comeback in NFL history. And Matt Ryan. I knew I'd get there.
Not me.
Matt Ryan? Yeah, not you. All right. Let's see here. Just catching up on the thing. Why are you a Vikings fan, Chris? You've never lived up there. Well, I like the colors. I don't like the Cowboys, but I like football. And I'm from Texas, so I had to figure out something, right? The Oilers sucked. Then they became the Texans. They still suck. But I was married to a woman back in the late 90s who was a Minnesota Vikings fan. She was from the Vikings. So I picked it up in 1996, the year they went to the championship game and lost. And I've been a fan ever since. I've been a fan like 4 times longer than I was married to that woman. That is bad. That's kind of bad. You're not a sports ball fan at all, are you?
I did watch football like back in the day, and then I started to get frustrated with it when I started deconstructing and just realizing the commercialization. I don't really care about the play. It's just a distract. Not saying you can't watch. I'm just saying for me, it just felt like a distraction. I'm just not into that anymore.
My feelings about it, I appreciate the distraction myself.
Oh yeah,
some people do, some people don't. That's cool. But my one hiccup with it is the brain trauma that people have, the lasting physical repercussions. Really now, I have to say it's good that the NFL has finally done things to address it, to try to make it as safe as they can make it for what they're doing. There was a long time ago where they didn't give a shit. And they wouldn't help people after they really treated people like shit. And I'm glad those now. I don't know if you watch now, they'll have you'll see football players with padding over their helmet. They look like Charlie Brown out there with a big old huge head because they have a pad over their helmet. It looks just like their helmet painted in the same way. Oh yeah. All kinds of stuff. They're coming up with new. They're actually going to make regulations for the fields because the artificial turf just tears people up, gets their legs, their ankles, their knees. When you look at like the amount of non-contact injuries, they don't hit anybody else. They just hurt themselves on the field is just so big between artificial turf and regular turf. But some artificial turfs aren't bad. So they're going to make regulations to make them all the same. Currently, there's no regulation. Any school can get anything they want. Or any anywhere. But
that makes that makes a lot more sense. They probably should look at maybe some of the rules and how they actually play, but I bet there'd be so much pushback on that.
Yeah, probably so. You know what? Thank you very much. Raven's Rule says right-handed Sith. That's fantastic that you said that. Have you considered like medication therapy? Perhaps. Good luck to your Ravens this year, Mark. Good luck. I'm going to read our fan funding here, and then we're going to take a weekend off. Hell's Bells for $6.66 says, "Hail Satan, enjoy your weekend, you filthy sinners." That's awesome. Thank you very much for that. And then member for 13 months, Left-Handed Jedi. Wow, broadhead bronze leveled member for a baker's dozen. My understanding is that they had to do 13 because if they were caught shortchanging someone, they faced like really harsh punishment. So they started including the 13th just to make sure
real?
They didn't. Yeah, that's where I believe it came from. Deviant Outcast says, "Can we rehash how the movie relates to Willy Wonka for 50 seconds?" I didn't even get to call that out. I'm sorry. I read it, I think. I just didn't read out the fact that it was a super chat. Thank you for all the sex, Deviant Outcast.
We love your
I'll
sex.
reflect upon that right after the show. You guys are wonderful. Ryan, thank you for joining me. Why? Because Weed Bro has been a bronze.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you so much. Since we were doing milestones, thank you. Thank you very much. You guys are wonderful.
Oh, and Rainbow. Thank you as well. Appreciate you all.
Of course, we're cheap. We're cheap. It's only $1 a month.
We're easy.
We are cheap. I didn't say we were easy. No, I didn't say that. I said we were cheap.
I didn't say.
We can't have both. All right, Ryan. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Love you. Stay tuned for Ember next and Hell's Bells tonight.
And the Discord chat tonight. Don't forget the Discord chat tonight. So you guys, I'm off to save the world. Sin safely, my friends. Take care. Let's see here. Do this right.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booth, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goat's the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the goat candle, don't even think.